Push-ups are one of the most common body weight exercises, but they are also more likely than not done incorrectly. Here's how we're going to fix that. There are 3 things that you're going to focus on while doing push-ups. Your core position, your shoulder position, and the force that you get from gripping the ground with your hands. So the first thing we're going to think about is the core tension that you produce when you're in a plank. When you are in a plank like this and you pull the pelvis underneath, you are creating tension in the hips, the glutes, and the abs. We want to maintain that same tension throughout your full set of push-ups. Okay? Number 2, your shoulder position. We don't want to be up here shrugged in this position with elbows out really wide. Now we're putting a lot of tension in our shoulders. You want to take your shoulder blades, you want to push them down as far as you can get them. Get them all the way down to the bottom where you're going to feel your lats contract a little bit. You should actually feel your lats working a little bit during any of your pressing motions. So once we get the shoulder blades down there and they're pinned at the bottom, they are free to move out and back in as long as they stay tucked down. The shoulder blades will move with you while you push and back together as you bring it back down to the ground. So now let's talk hand position. Just like when your feet are gripping the ground during a squat, when you're turning your feet against the floor, creating that torque through your knees into your hips, it's the same mechanics from wrist to elbow to shoulder. By gripping the ground with your fingertips and your palms and creating that doorknob, open the doorknob tension like this when I'm pushing, I'm going to keep my elbows going in a more favorable position so they're not flaring out, and again, raising my shoulder blades, putting more tension on my shoulders. So the setup is like this. I like to think of my thumbs together, slide them underneath here so my thumb line is going straight through my sternum and my shoulders are down. Okay, that's going to put my elbows with a normal width at about 75 degrees. So I'm set up on the ground here. I'm going to dig my toes into the ground. I'm tucking my tailbone, create some tension in the glutes. And as I push through the ground, I'm going to rotate my hands in the ground like I'm turning a doorknob, and I'm going to push my shoulder blades to the sides of my body and then bring them back together as I come down. Push through. Make sure your head, shoulders, and hips are coming off the ground in a straight line, together, core tight, all the way through.